Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the second session of the latest and greatest from Windchill 12.1.2, part 2, together with Bina Sotnik from PTC. So we're very glad you're here today, so thank you for participating. And now I will hand over to the star of the show, Bina Sotnik.
Thank you for introduction. So first of all, I want to say that I'm super glad to be here to present you about new functionality for digital product traceability. And as Carolina mentioned, this is the second webinar. So first webinar was devoted to general improvements in Windchill 12 in comparison with Windchill 11. And this webinar will be a little bit more technical, and it is devoted to what's new for digital product traceability. And I want to highlight the goal of this session is really to bring some cool and attractive features that we have in Windchill. Not everything, because it's not possible to cover everything in 30 minutes, and I have only 30 minutes to guide you through what's new for digital DPT. So let's start. First of all, I want to highlight that today we are talking about improvements that have been done recently in 3 years, from version 11 to version 12. And I know that lots of customers are going to jump from version 11 to this latest long-term support release of Windchill named Narval 12.1.2. So that's why I decided to include all information for starting from 12 to 12.1.2 into this presentation. And also I will cover some information about ThemeWorks Navigate, also from version 9.0 to 9.4. And about Workgroup Manager, I spoke about this on the previous webinar. So if you are looking into this information, please reach out to Carolina. She will guide you how to find this recording. On this slide, you can see 4 key focus areas for Windchill, for PTC to develop Windchill. First important key is unification and customization, converting customization into configuration. And here I want to highlight that this is not only helping customer to simplify their environment and reduce complexity and maybe security issue with wrong customization, old style customization, but also this is a way for the future solution for Windchill Plus, because Windchill Plus, the idea behind the Windchill Plus that customization is possible, but they have to be modernized, they have to be new, and they have to be aligned with the best practices that we have at PTC. So it's important to give you tools to convert, first of all, not secure customization into secure customization or into configuration. Second key aspect. It's powering the digital thread, and this is a topic of our today's session. Third, it's accelerating time to market with new features and customer experience. And as I mentioned before, these first, third, and fourth were covered on a previous webinar session. And today we will focus only on digital thread. Today's agenda includes three main topics: digital thread between systems, digital thread for change management, and digital thread for manufacturing. And to start speaking about digital thread for between system, I want to bring information about Navigate, new version of Navigate. What is Navigate? Navigate, it's easy to use interface like Windows to all your data that you have in enterprise. Window to PLM data, and it's easy to use application for everyone who is needed access to the data, for example, for people from the shop floor, so that they don't need to know this sophisticated user interface of any system. They just need to use Navigate, and Navigate requires no effort to be used, so no training is needed because it's easy to use, intuitive interface, and it has only data that is really needed to take a decision or to get some information. And recently in the version 9.2, new application. Yeah, and I want to highlight that it's not one application, it's kind of suite of application, different application for different purposes out of the box. And this in version 9.2, it was a new application introduced, problem report. So everyone who has access to this problem report can report issue, and this issue will be stored in Windchill. And to store this issue, you shouldn't be a Windchill user. You just have to have an access to this problem report. And so this is how it looks in Windchill, and this problem report might be a initial point for change process. So it's kind of closed loop service support for your product. It might be closed loop service support for your product. In version 9.3, this problem report was fortified with yes signature. So it's not only a person from the shop floor or from the service or from, I don't know, from anywhere can create this problem report, but he or she has to sign it with yes signature so that it's valid, and problem report in Windchill will show up this information about the person who signed this problem report. Next functionality that I want to cover a little bit, it's building blocks for custom application. As I mentioned, in Navigate we have different kind of application, easy to use, and sometimes we understand that our customer, they need something specific And in this case, we can give you a tool to build your own application. And we suggesting to use building blocks that are maintained by PTC, so all upgrades and all updates will be taken care of by PTC, and you can just build whatever you want to connect information from different sources, not only from Windchill, but from ERP, from anywhere, from Salesforce, so that it will be presented in an easy and understandable way, and can be even mixed up so that it will be valid information for those who are going to use this application. And right now, I want to cover a little bit about traceability that we have in the system, between the systems. It obvious that we understand it, that you have to work with different software, with different system. You have to think about requirements. You think about to think about modular approach. And it's not only about PLM product. It's not only to store data in PLM. It's a complex thing, and uh, to make time to market less, we understand that we need to introduce new way of connecting information, give you a tool to navigate from one data to another. So basically, we established traceability across product data with our with OSLC standard between different system for requirements for MBSE. And on this slide, you can see that we're not only connecting system that is homegrown system, like Windchill RBNS and Windchill Modeler and Codebeamer. That was our year ago acquisition, but we are also connecting Windchill with third-party software like Doors, to give our customer chance to benefit, to leverage this connectivity, and to give tool for those who are working with different. I think I have another video to show you. So this is a fast video to show. This is an interface of modular model-based system engineering, and this product has a structure in the modular, and right now we are jumping to Windchill, and we want to create traces between data in Windchill and data in modeler. And I want to attract your attention that right now we are searching for the data in modeler using the Windchill interface, and it's super powerful. Engineer, he or she doesn't know to be expert in modeler to connect the data from modeler to Windchill, and the same to analyze the data, because we have all the previews in Windchill interface from modeler. Engineer has to be familiar with only Windchill, but has a power to analyze all that is going on a different level, not only in Windchill. So that's how it works. And sorry for jumping. Here I want to highlight that we also have power to inform people that this trace that has been created under the suspect, so maybe it has to be revised or changes have to be implemented. So it's also a powerful tool to analyze what is going on right now with the product. And it's kind of connected with digital thread for change management, but a little bit different because whenever we are having changes, it's important to understand what are these changes, not only the product links between each other, for example, requirements for product, just an example, temperature condition or humidity or pressure. These are requirements and they can be connected to the particular part in Windchill, but it's also important to know, okay, right now we have changing in this requirements list and we need to change the product, and in to change the product we need to have change process in Windchill, etc. So these processes are, before they were parallel, they were not connected to each other with digital thread. They were connected with people, so we had to meet each other and discuss what is going on and etc. and transfer data somehow. And right now we are working to improve this situation. And first step towards this is including redlining in Windchill. Redlining, this is a powerful tool that gives you a chance uh, plan changes, not execute changes, but plan changes. So to formally understand what have to be done to implement the change. And this is an example of red line. Here you might see that person is planning to remove one part and add two parts, and maybe to remove to replace substitution, to replace reference designator. So this person is planning to do the change, but change, this red line has to be approved to be implemented, and it's kind of pre-work that helps to execute the change. And whenever you have these two in place, then it's much easier to connect with different process that you have in different systems. And right now we are working on connecting different processes, as I mentioned before. And yeah, so this is an example how it might look like. So we can connect different change objects like change notice, change report, and change task from different software. And yeah, this slide helps me to guide you through what system are connected right now, can be connected. So Windchill RVNS can be connected, Salesforce, our customer requested Jira, we did it. So right now change processes, change items can be connected with digital threads that might help you to execute the change and control all the changes that is going on under the product, and also to speed up time to market. Last portion is devoted to digital thread for manufacturing. And I want to start with exciting new functionality. It's about BOM reconciliation, and it's not really new, but it was revised and it was improved, and right now it's much easier to reconcile engineering bill of material and manufacturing bill of material. And BOM reconciliation is devoted to BOM uh, uh, BOM management when engineer then manufacturer wants to create a bill of material, manufacturing bill of material. uh, they can use powerful tool from npm link that helps you not only to copy that have been done already on the engineering bill of material, but also in case of the changes on engineering bill of material, not to reinvent the wheel, not to redo all the stuff again, but ask to help software to analyze structure on the engineering bill of material and show what have been changed and reconcile. Just apply what have been changed or reject the changes. This interface was revised, and right now it's much more easier to do this. And by the way, I want to highlight that I know that lots of our customers right now are working in differently. They had to create manufacturing bill of material every time then changes appear on the engineering bill of material. So this BOM transformation tool, super powerful, and gives a chance to speed up the process and to have all information in sync. And kind of jump back to in change management. Right now, everything that you are going to change in the manufacturing bill of material can be automatically assigned to change notice that you have. So whenever you are changing something, you can just select filter and point the engineering change notice that you want to work in front of, and all work that will be done to change the manufacturing bill of material will be put it into affected and resulting object of this engineering change. And that is super powerful tool that gives you a chance to automate the process of doing work under the changes itself, and also to work only on those parts that are important for this change notice. On during previous webinar, I explained a little bit about the REST service that the work that have been done for BOM transformation with REST service. And right now I want to bring this slide and explain a little bit in more detail what have been done. First of all, before version 12, it was not possible to automate some first creation of manufacturing bill of material with REST service. And right now it's possible because this functionality have been revised, and our development team, they did a great job to add automatization functionality to create downstream objects, to create downstream branch, downstream part, reuse as it is, etc. So all functionality that you might use when you are creating BOM manually, all this functionality right now supported with REST service. So it gives you a chance to create your custom application that will take care of all your product automatically based on engineering bill of data that you have. And of course, it have been done also to integrate with the other systems that you might have in your company. So I know that some companies, some customers are starting working in Excel, and right now it's possible also to use this data because we have this REST service in place for manufacturing bill of material. I'm ready to jump to simulation for manufacturing process, and here we did tremendous work to make it possible. First of all, it was top-down design approach for manufacturing process plan. So whenever someone creates process plan, right now it's possible to create geometry from this, and this is a super powerful tool because this geometry is used by most simulation tools. And second functionality, it's REST service, and of course integration itself. And this integration, the plan to include more simulation tools and to give more power to our customer, but right now we have simulation integration with different tools for time estimation, for process simulation, and for creation the control for the process itself, so the sequence of processes. And here we have this great example. This is an integration with I do, and this is an avatar. This person is avatar, and this experience was created super fast because all data uh, was taken from Windchill about the product, about the lines itself, and integration with do allows us to simulate all the parts that can be moved, and all the parts of the uh, product, and sequence how to uh, assemble the product. And this avatar, he's trying to execute some operations. And I want to highlight that this is a virtual reality. So uh, in in reality, this is a person uh, with Google Glass, and he's doing some exercises to understand the uh, future possibilities of the product. Maybe the product does not exist, but it's possible to analyze how it can be assembled. And here you might see this mannequin with red bag and red arms, because for this lady it's not convenient to have such a uh, it's too high for her to reach out for. So uh, based on this information, uh, it might be feedback to Windchill to initiate problem report and to initiate change process, to change the line, to change the process plan. So it's a closed loop information uh, for those who want to really simulate the manufacturing process. Okay, so let's jump to next. Engineering bill of material to manufacturing bill of material digital thread. And here we have some improvements, particularly for Enix. We had it for Creo before, but right now we have it for Enix. And the story behind it, that engineer, after he created CAD data, he was not able, yeah, let me jump to next slide. He was not able to transfer these parameters, PMIs, to manufacturer. And it required manual work to do this, and it was difficult, and it was kind of work in silos. And right now, we automate the MPI information gathering. So Windchill can use this information to create control characteristic and transfer this to manufacturer. So we maintain the digital thread for NX users, and it also have been improved for Creo and for Katia as well. And it's super powerful because it saves time, and it gives it decrease the number of mistakes, because to create these control characteristic, as I mentioned before, someone has to just check the CAD data and put it as a control characteristic on manufacturing. And right now it's automated, and the digital thread is preserved. So and it was fixed not only technically, but also on the license side. So right now, engineer, they can do it technically, and um, from the legal point of view, this person doesn't need to have this additional license for manufacturing to do this uh, additional uh, information input. So basically, that's all that I wanted to cover today. This is the end of a webinar session, and I'm happy to start Q&A session. Do we have any questions in chat?
Yes, we do. We have a couple of one. We have the first one here is Navigate something like a low code application?
Uh, yes and no. We have out of the box navigate, view, and contribute application, so that our customer can just take it and use it. And we have navigate, contribute, where customer can kind of use a low code, but it's more like pick and choose and to build your own application. So I would say navigate connected Piliam. It's a not low code application, but close to it, and gives you a chance to create your own application that will be partially supported by PTC. So building blocks will be updated by PTC, and you shouldn't think about the upgrade and update of these building blocks, but some connectivity you have to think about this full application as your own.
And then we have the next one here. How are the requirements change controlled in CodeBeamer? Are there two change objects, one in CodeBeamer and another in Windchill?
Requirements, let me, is it change controlled in CodeBeamer? Are there two? Okay. First of all, we have Windchill Piliam, and we have Windchill RVNS. And Windchill RVNS, this is a system for requirements. And here I a little bit confused if it's about Windchill RVNS or Windchill PLM, because in Windchill PLM we are not storing requirements, but in Windchill RVNS we are storing requirements. And right now, CodeBeamer and Windchill RVNS, this is a two different system. They already have a connection, like a digital thread between them, but they have two different object and change in terms of requirements. And about change objects, yes, it's separate objects, change objects for different system, for CodeBeamer, for Windchill PLM, and for Windchill RVNS. So yes, they are different. They are not the same. Requirements change controlled.
Great. And we'll take the next one. Is in Windchill is possible to change slash add slash delete an object in defined list of boom in a single shot?
Do we have this question in chat, in questions?
It's in the chat.
In the chat, okay. Yeah, I want to read it. In single shot, it's yeah, it's I want to understand the idea of this question. So is it possible just to delete fast the part from bill of material? Yes, it's possible, but I want to highlight that part will be preserved in a database, because it might be used in other bombs, not only for these bombs. Yeah, I mean that if I didn't answer your question, please add here more details what you are looking into, because right now it's kind of not super clear for me.
Okay, we'll move on then to the next.
We'll wait to comment on this.
So we have a question about why don't you have info about the digital thread with service max on your slides?
Good question. Service Max, it was a last acquisition. And right now we are working on how to connect this Service Max into our digital story. And of course it will be super important, because Service Max, it's SLM solution, service lifecycle management solution, helps to control the database, product database, and we are working on it. So it's I believe that it will be maybe for next eventual release, but I don't know right now.
Okay, and then we'll take this one. Is ThingWorx Flow installation a requirement to update to the new Navigate?
Repeat once more, please.
Is ThingWorx Flow installation a requirement to update to the new Navigate?
Yep. For version 9.2, we introduced new functionality, ThingWorx Flow, and it was required to install this ThingWorx Flow before update from 8 to 9.2. And right now, because of resistance from our customer to update to add this functionality and to update to 9.2, we decided to change a little bit the update of process update. Right now it's not required to have this ThingWorx Flow. Still you can have it, It's
Mm.
not a problem, but it's not a prerequisite to update. So you can easily update from version 8.5 to 9.3 without difficulties, because this navigate flow, it added difficulties to upgrade process, and right now we decided to little bit to change the process to simplify the way.
Okay, great. And we have a question here. It is a 3-in-1 question. Is Boom redlining a new capability? We can start with that one.
Yes, this is a new capability. Before it was not there.
Mm.
So, and it has to be uh, turned on in preference management. So it's not out of the box settings. So you have to go to preferences and find it and switch on and test. And we will be happy to hear your opinion on this, because we are working with customers to develop this, and we are happy to hear feedback information.
Great. We have a couple of more questions,
Yep.
but we are running out of time. So I will send you all of these questions to
Mm-hmm.
you, Dina, and you
Mm-hmm.
can reply to them. Thank you, everybody, for participating today. And thank you, Dina, for a fantastic presentation, as always. It has been great having you here. And I look forward to having a next webinar with you in the future.
Thank you very much. Thank you for asking to come. It was good time.
Super. Thank you, everybody, and have a really nice Thursday and a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.